Right, let me find your team. Holy shit, I haven't found it yet. A real hen, Henry Lynch. Thank you very much, buddy, for sending your team in. Let's have a look at this now. Bam. Can you guys all see that? No, let's move it here. Alright, this is now the rate my team section. I'm a little bit harsh when it comes to some players. I hope that's okay. I'm a lot nicer on Twitter, but it's my stream, and I will tell you if you've been an idiot or not. First things first to note, you've got double defense Liverpool, double defense City, and you've got Dean, which, you know, Ederson plus Robertson plus Zinchenko plus Dean plus Van Dijk, that's about half your budget, right? A bit less. You know, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that goes into it. But you also have Salah and Sterling. Seth says, shocked you don't get a membership. You're doing work for them. You should defo ask. Nah, it's like community articles, so I don't really want to like do into that. And I mean, they retweeted me and I got 200 followers. I mean, and then those followers then retweeted the fucking stupid joke, and then a real hen showed up, and then he gave me £2. So I mean, all of this, you know, exposure. And I also got offered to go on a podcast and stuff. So I mean, like, it really is kicking off. There's a lot of people, a lot of buzz for Mad FPL Dave, this little out of nowhere kid, doing bits. So I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, also can you give me £17.50? Thank you. I'm not doing it. This team is great. First, right off the bat, you've got Greenwood, you've got Dendonker, you've got Lundstrom, so your bench is sorted. I would probably get rid of Button. There's probably no chance of him playing, but there is a big chance of him dropping. Might not be that worth it. Should I tweet saying that I'm doing rate my teams? Should I do that? Should I tweet? I might tweet this out, actually. That's a good idea. See? Always thinking. The second thing that I want to note is that I'm not 100% sure about doubling up on City. Now, that's not because I haven't got them at all, because I did until this morning. I did it on the train on the way over. I got rid of Zinchenko. I like Ederson. I like Zinchenko. I just think you could probably put a little bit more money into making Luka Moura. How much do you need? 2 million? Zinchenko's 5.5. I feel like you could get Luka Moura up to Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not 100% sure, but right off the bat, like, this team's banging. Luka Moura is a great punt. You know you're going to have to get rid of him in 2 weeks. I don't like Maddison. I don't think that he's any better than Tielemans or Perez. So I would probably leave him in the dust, really. I think he's, if you got rid of Zinchenko, right, if you put him as Diop or got rid of Ederson and got Ryan instead, so that's 1.5 million if you get rid of Ederson and get Ryan, if I'm correct, I think, and that would give you enough money to get Luka Moura right up to Kevin De Bruyne, and you've already got the cover. Ryan's going to get the save points that Ederson won't get. They might even keep a cheeky clean sheet. You never know. I think that's a pretty decent. Trade. Luka Moura is obviously a transfer waiting to happen, which is a shame, because I really do think that for his price, he's a good go. But it's just as soon as Son's fit, you know he's gonna be playing. So yeah, maybe think about downgrading one defensive City player and getting another attacking City player. And if Ederson to Ryan, how much is Ederson? Ederson's 6.5, right? Or is he 6 million? I forget. Hold on. Sorry, lads. Give me 2 seconds and let my memory serve me better. Ederson 6 million. So if you're going down to a 4.5, that gives you 1.5. And then Maddison down to Tielemans or Perez gives you the 2 million to upgrade Luka Moura to Kevin De Bruyne. You've got 2 Liverpool defenders. I did Maddison because of set pieces, but I understand Perez is great. Yeah, Perez is just out of position. So it's the same as like Jota last season, right? Right, Cat. I love when you jump up, and I love you as like a cat, but please stop touching the mic. I'm always scared that you guys don't believe me, but like, see this tail? It bangs off this. I might, fuck, stop it. Yeah, so I think I would prefer Perez. Pret might compete with Madison and Tielemans. Yeah, Ben's right. Welcome, Ben, by the way. I know you said you were busy and that you might tune in. Welcome. We got donated today. We're fucking finally in the big times. Whoa, come on now. Stop hitting stuff. Go lie down. But Pret just signed. So for the first couple of games, I think you'll be fine. And also, Leicester don't have great fixtures. Following your logic, fixtures over form, wouldn't Lanzini be preferred over Perez? I was just about to say that. Absolutely, 100%, Damien, you're correct. I would go with Lanzini and fuck Man City's first fixture. So Madison to Lanzini and then Ederson to Ryan. You've already got cover. Ryan can get transferred to Pope or Heaton or whoever is the best next 4.5 goalkeeper. And because I have Ryan, it means I'm going to be keen eye on every other 4.5 goalkeeper as I scout while the games are playing. And I'm going to be streaming. This is not like the only time you'll ever see me. I'm going to be streaming 2 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, 7 o'clock. And we're going to go over everything again, over and over and over again, over the week. So I'll keep you right if you do decide to go for Ryan, because you'll have the same guy as I do. And Lanzini's someone who's on my watch list, so I'd like for you to go to him. And then fixture changes for Leicester in game week 9. So that's when I would like jump into him. Ben says Perez is OP, out of position. He absolutely is. I think that Brendan Rodgers is trying to play similar to what he did at Celtic, but they just didn't have the players last season. But I think they're trying to do a fluid. Do you remember last season we went over Tielemans and how he, even though he's like behind Vardy was kind of playing as a hold-up. I think that's what Perez is going to be doing. And Perez, got 142 points or something last season for Newcastle. So I definitely prefer him over most 6.5 million strikers, let alone, Madison's, who's 7 million, or Zaha, who's 7 million. So, yeah. Let's move on to your attack. Burakabat, but I don't know how you say your name, buddy. Burik says King, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark. King is not as superior as Wilson. Now, I would love Wilson. I'm going to just type this in. Streaming. Here we go, lads. Streaming some FPL. So, rate my teams. If you want to see me absolutely demolish people's teams, how about we watch? There we go. I'm a genius. I'm a marketing genius. Hashtag FPL. Bam. Is this your best team? Oh, Burke, we're doing rate my teams. No, this is my team right now. This is someone donated. His name is Hen, a real hen, and he's a real awesome dude. And we're doing his team, and we're doing it in depth because he donated. I won't go this long for most of the other teams, but what a lad Henry is. So I don't like Wolves, and the reason I don't like Wolves is simply because in the first 10 matches, much like Leicester actually, Wolves really, I'm gonna zoom out, that's hurting my head. Wolves are way down there, right? That's the first 6 fixtures you've got. That is shite. That is really bad. Leicester, Man United, Burnley's the only good one. Everton's hard, Chelsea's hard, Crystal Palace is good as well. But, excuse me, if we move it up to 9 game weeks, they're still at the bottom. They've got Man City, they've got Watford at home, Southampton at home, that's fine. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 write-offs, potentially, right, out of 9. If we go then to start game week 10, look where Wolves are. Bam! Right at the top. That's when you want Wolves players. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm I'm probably going to be wildcarding game week 9-ish because of the fixture changes. Like, look, Newcastle's there, Sheffield United's there, Man United's there, Leicester have got great fixtures, Arsenal have got good fixtures, probably actually a little bit before that, game week 8-ish for Arsenal. But yeah, like, everyone then changed. West Ham are shit, Everton are shit, Bournemouth are shit, Man City have bad fixtures, though they're fixture proof. So game week 9-ish seems like a good time to start getting in these players from here, and that's including Wolves, including Jota and Jimenez. Jimmy says Wolves were rather fixture proof last season. I agree to a degree. Wolves were fixture proof. No, Jimenez was fixture proof. That's the difference. They were finding a goal, and it was through Jimenez. And Jimenez had an amazing season. He would either get an assist or he would get goal, but it was really only him. So if you want Jimenez, if that was Jimenez instead of Jota, I'd be like, yeah, go for it. But Jimenez scored twice tonight, and Jota got 3 assists. So, I mean, it's not the worst pick in the world. And for the 6.5s, you know, he's a pretty good pick there. But again, I'm a fixture guy, and I put my money where my mouth is, and I've not got any Wolves players, and I'll get them later on. And if they cost more because they are fixture proof, then you know, so be it. But a real hen, your team's banging. I don't have any complaints except for maybe Madison, and because Luka Moura is a little bit of a rotation worry, I would prefer Kevin De Bruyne. And if then you decide that, hey, look, no, Luka Moura is here to stay and he's banging in the goals, fucking throw Kevin De Bruyne off the bus and go down. But it's much easier to go down than it is up. So Ederson to Ryan, Madison to either Tielemans or Perez or Lanzini, whoever. If you really want a piece of Leicester, then just go down one. If you want to listen to like the fixtures guy, then Lanzini definitely, and then that gives you enough for Luka to Kevin De Bruyne. But your team's banging. Thank you so much for your donation, buddy. I'm actually buzzing about that. I'm going to tell everyone.
Xavi's error. This is Tony Watt. He's done it.
That's a fake donation. I just wanted to play again. Right. Next person was the first person to send me a message. Let me find that shit. Bam, 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 bam. Go to my profile. Go to that tweet. Close that. Open that for you guys. Your accent makes you sound dumb smart. Oh yeah. Andy. How's it going, buddy? Jehovah's Thickness, still the greatest name on Twitch. How's it going, my man? Andy, you missed it. We got a donation for the first time ever in the history of Twitch. There's no other Twitch FPL guys. I might actually have the first ever Twitch FPL account that I know of that has been donated to. Potentially ever. Alright, James, you sent your team in first. So let's have a look at it. Bam. Actually, I might be able to see that if we do that. Yeah, we can see it. Alright. Holy shit, this is a weird team. Oh, my chair's breaking on me. I'm sorry I'm working, can't help it. My mice one rate some teams. Doing the team rating. Alright, Laurie, Robertson, Laporte, Van Dijk, Walker Peters. Let's talk about your defense first. You have doubled up on Tottenham. And you also have Kane, which makes you a Tottenham fan. And what's our number one rule? Fuck being a fan and playing FPL. You cannot do that to yourself. Especially since, like the fixtures keep saying again and again and again and again, thousand times, Tottenham don't have good fixtures. Where are they? First 9. Fair enough. They're not that bad. But first 5 are bad. First 6, even worse. And you're looking to get a good start for the season. You don't want to have not one, but two defenders who are on a really, really shit defensive team. with I mean, not defensively that Spurs are shit, just that unfortunately they have the worst fixtures that they could probably have in the opening. You know, Man City, Arsenal, which are derby. Leicester's not no pushovers either. They do have really good home fixtures, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Leicester home would be fine. Leicester away, a lot worse. Arsenal away, a lot worse. I'm expecting 3 clean sheets in the first 6 games. That's not good enough. I feel like you could spend your money elsewhere. If you changed Lloris to Kepa, who is the same price, it means that you have a tasty, tasty way into Chelsea's really, really good fixtures. And unfortunately, after you have to kind of think about it after the first game. But that goes right up. Like, they have really, really good fixture run, and it means you could kind of leave them, right? And then potentially after those, you could jump on Spurs if you really wanted to. But, you know, they're still not that great. So, yeah, I would... First things first... Oh, there it is. Where are you? Where's your team? First things first, I would definitely change Lloris to Kepa. Or Walker-Peters to Zuma, because he's now nailed, right? Either way. You've got too many Spurs, dude. This is a non-Sterling team. So at least you have De Bruyne. So I'm happy for you there. You've got King and Fraser, which are decent fixtures. Your bench looks amazing. Greenwood, Dendoncker, Lundstrom. Great bench. You're obviously safe. Moutinho. How much is Moutinho? This is the first time I think I've seen him in a team. Let's have a look at the transfers. Moutinho. 5.5. I don't like Wolves. I don't like the fact that you've got 5.5 midfielder in there. I don't think there's any better 5.5 midfielders in there, though. It's pretty much a dead zone. Ceballos is new. McGinn's in a promoted team. Kovacic is not on penalties, although he probably has a better choice than Moutinho. No. None of these. I don't like any of these. Snodgrass is back. Nope. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what we could be doing instead, but I don't like him. Let me have a little think. And you've got Kane and King. How do we make this better? I think going Ederson instead of Lloris would cost you 0.5 million, but then going Laporte to Zuma would give you 1.5 million. So that total in the bank after those transfers, you'd have 1 million. And then Moutinho to adding 1 million, you could get Lanzini, right? Does that work, lads? I think that works, right? Lloris to Ederson is 0.5. Laporte to Zuma is 1.5, which gives you total 1, and then Moutinho's 5.5. Add 1 million, and then you've got Lanzini. Yep, that's what I would do. And then I'm happy your team. I'm not happy with the fact you don't have Sterling. He's probably going to get the most points ever. But for a non-Sterling team, this is pretty banging. I know you want that like safe feeling that you get when you have Laporte in your team, but just get Ederson, because Laporte, if Laporte doesn't play, you've got Lundstrom, and then game week 1 you're already behind. Just go Ederson. We can always come back to Laporte when he's fit, when you get your wild card if you really want to. But Laporte, unless he gets attacking returns, which, let's be honest, was pretty lucky last season. 6 attacking returns for a centre-back that isn't, Van Dijk is pretty lucky. So maybe jump on the Ederson just for now. You've still got cover with Walker-Peters, and you don't have to worry about that for another 2 game weeks or so, depending on what Aurier's doing. So yeah, Ederson, Zuma, and then you've got Lanzini, 6.5. You can easily downgrade Kane and bring up Kevin De Bruyne to Sterling. That's true. I think from this point, we're like, we have 1 day left. I think he has decided that he is going to go with no Sterling. Absolutely, he could easily get Sterling in, but I'm assuming that his premiums are kind of set, and I'm just having a look to see if there's any other ways we could do it. But Jimmy's right. If you really wanted to get Sterling, you could just go Kane to Wilson if you wanted to, and De Bruyne up to Sterling. I think the money works there. But we have to assume that he doesn't want to. So thank you very much for sending your team in, dude. I think with those small changes, your team is banging. Without Sterling, this team's hard to get right. Best forward in first rounds up to 9 million. Wilson, probably up to 9 million. Wilson, if Wilson doesn't do well, you can get any Chelsea centre forward. You can get Everton's new centre forward, and you can jump to any 6.5 centre forward that does well, that is emerging, right? I wouldn't get any Rashfords or anything like that because Manchester United have shit fixtures. And I wouldn't go for Keane right away because Keane doesn't have great fixtures. I probably wouldn't jump on Vardy because, again, of the fixtures. But if I was to get any Leicester player, it probably would be Vardy. But Vardy's really expensive, and I would rather go Wilson and save the million by like a mile. So Vardy is good, but yeah, Wilson's got better fixtures, and he's just a little bit more budget friendly. Thank you so much for sending your team in, dude. I really appreciate it. Who was next in the team sending? I know I retweeted a few. But yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, James. Ryan, Triple Lowy, sending your team in. With Rom gone, Jimenez's form, and Laporte back fit, I think this is a shout. We'll fucking decide that. We'll decide that. Oh, wow. Double up in Brighton right away. Okay, you guys can't see this. Let's do this. All right. So you think this is a shout? Oh, I see, because you've got Martial in, so that's why. So I actually don't mind Martial as a punt because he's so cheap and, you know, Lukaku's away. But the fixtures are just so bad. There's no point in punting on him. I'm going to say it over and over again. I don't like punts. I mean, I didn't punt. I don't think I punted on anyone really until game week maybe like 15. I got safe as houses players. Their fixtures were good. They were known entities. I didn't really do anything like, oh my god, he's went there, until game week 15 when I decided to take Wan-Bissaka out and get Kiko Firmino in because his crossing, his attacking stats were better, and I think Wolves had better fixtures or worse fixtures than Watford, and it was a mistake and I shouldn't have done it, but that was my punt and I didn't punt for ages. So the fact that you're kind of looking to punt right at the start, I'm not too keen on. You don't need to do it. There's better players for cheaper. Is Martial 7 million? Let's just triple check. Martial 7 million. All players. Martial 7.5. You could afford Fraser. You could get Fraser. Oh, you have Fraser. All right. Well, fuck it. You have Fraser. Who else is 7.5 million? Let's see what their bracket is. Ozil. You could jump on Ozil. Yes. Southampton 7.5. You're right. Let me have a look. Luka Moura is probably a better punt for the first 2 game weeks. David Silva, no. Pulisic, no. I don't like any of these people. Zaha would even be better. Felipe Anderson. Yeah, I think you could probably reinvest the money from Martial and upgrade Dunk. Because honestly, you can't double up in Brighton defense. I just can't let you put all your eggs in that basket. Nozo. Yep, exactly. Dunk is a good punt. Ryan is a good punt. But together they are just 2 punts from the same team, and those eggs are going to crack, and you're going to lose out on, 2 possible clean sheets. So even if you went D up, I'd prefer that over Dunk. But here's what you do to save you some cash. Change Laporte out, because we're not 100% sure he's going to start. And I know you said that he might start and that you're not too worried about it, but you're going to save money. So if you go Laporte to Kurt Zuma, and then get Ederson instead of Ryan, that's you got City, Brighton, and Chelsea cover for the exact same amount of money. I'm not 100% sure what I would want you to do with the Martial money, because you do have pretty good attack and midfield. But yeah, this team's actually awesome. Jimenez is the only fixture-free person that I would get from Wolves. Wilson is who I want instead of King. Fraser's good. Salah, obviously. Sterling, obviously. Ederson, Dean, Van Dijk, Zuma, Dunk. And you've got Dendonk on your bench. Yeah, man, I think this is good. This team's great. This team's actually amazing. Who sent this team in? Ryan. You think this is a shout? You were right. You were absolutely right. What do you guys think of this team? This team's banging. The only problem is Martial, but I don't even know where you could like upgrade that. You know? Maybe get Kevin De Bruyne, but then it's too much my team. See if you do those little changes. So you'd get Ederson, Zuma, Dean, Van Dijk, Dunk, and then have the same attack. Martial's really your only punt, and my punt's fucking Murray, so I can't really fault you for having a punt. You know what? Do those small changes at your defense, because I don't like you doubling up, and that is a great team. Thank you so much for sending that in. It's actually giving me pause for thought. The only thing, obviously, that we can all see... Oh, you know what? I've just decided I don't like your team. I just realised you didn't have two Liverpool players. You only have 2 Liverpool players. You don't have 2 defenders. That's how you're making so much money for your attackers. So I've decided that Martial needs to go, and you need to get another Liverpool attacker. If you only want Van Dijk, you need to have 3 Liverpool players, because it's not because Liverpool did amazing last season. It's not just because of that. But like, let's look at this. First 10 fixtures for Liverpool. Oh yeah, that's what to do. Refresh. Liverpool, first 6 fixtures, 4th best. First 10 fixtures, only 5th best, and that's actually because of Tottenham. So we take that away, 8. Take those 2 bad fixtures away, like 3rd best. That Norwich, Southampton, Arsenal at home, Burnley, Newcastle. Their first difficult fixture is game week 9. I would say Chelsea and Arsenal aren't that difficult for Liverpool. So the stars are aligning for our big Liverpool fans and all our non-Liverpool fans in FPL. So Martial could get changed to Firmino if you downgrade Jimenez for someone else. I would think about maybe getting Firmino, or maybe trying to get Mane. You could be the only person in history, in FPL 2019-20 history, that is going Mane game week 1. And I'm pretty sure Klopp's saying that he could feature against Norwich. And even if he doesn't as a punt, he's going to definitely play the remainder of the season, right? If he's not fit for Norwich, he's fit for the next game. So Martial to Mane or Firmino, I think, should happen. And the way to get that is to downgrade Jimenez. And also do my funky shit that I said with Laporte, Ryan, and Dunk. Alright? I don't think Martial is much of a problem. Fixtures aren't the best, but he's an out-of-position striker and a top team, still a good chance of returns. I actually think that Man United are going to be playing one up top. You know? I don't actually think... I don't think that there's going to ever be a point where Martial is the sole striker. He could be, but he plays so much better out on the left, right? I just think that Rashford's been playing there more.
Messi to the
Solskjaer loves him.
Messi to the net.
Mamma mia, Burika Bapika. Thank you so much for your follow, buddy. Appreciate that. They've played Martial solo striker in preseason, and him with Rashford up top too. Oh, really? Fair enough. I mean, it's not a huge deal if you have him in your team. I'm totally fine with it. I just think like Liverpool's fixtures are so much better, and you could easily get to Firmino or Mane. Well, maybe not easily Mane, but definitely Firmino. But this team, like I said, just a few changes. I'm going on and on about it. Is pretty good. Thank you so much for sending your team in, dude. Let's move on, because the stream is now over 2 hours long, and although I love talking about it, I know that I do over talk. This is Liam. Liam, if you're still here. Giza, wave. Right, hold on. Who do we have here? First of all, I want to know, how the fuck do you always have your team like hanging off the edge of the fucking world? Look at, how do you do that? Every single time you send me your team, it has, these guys are like hanging on for dear life at the edge of the touchline. Like, how do you do that? I want to know how you do that. Anyway, cheers for sending your team in. A wee 4-5-1 to get us going. Your bench is an issue. There's no nailed people on there. Because you're legit. You're legit. I didn't mean to press that. You're legit. That's hilarious, man. Well then, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Zinchenko is fine. Van Dijk's fine. Robertson's fine. Ryan's fine. Coleman could potentially... See, because that new guy joined, he's potentially not the best. He might be second choice. He'll probably play game week 1. But, you know, you kind of want Everton defenders for the long run. And I don't think Coleman's going to be there for the long run. Their new centre-back can play in Coleman's position. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be doing that, but that is something that we need to pay attention to. Fraser great, Salah great, Sterling great. Perez, like I said, I prefer Lanzini in there. Luka Moura is a good shout to start with, but I mean, your bench is kind of lacking. Wouldn't it be better to change Luka Moura to maybe a 7 million, and then even a 7 million striker? You could go for you know, Abraham or someone. I don't know if I would do that right away, but you know, there's so many good 7 million strikers or 7 million or below midfielders, and that means that you could get Dendoncker or someone who actually plays, Diop, anyone on your bench. You need someone who, if anyone doesn't play, you have someone to just jump on from your bench, right? You've made 2 changes already, right? Let's hear them then. Send them out. Because I'm rating your team and it's not your real team. I need something. Arcadian, how's it going, Dave? How's it going, Reese? It's nice to have you on this. It's nice to have you on the other side. I watch you all the time. Now you're here. Fucking love it. I hope your stream was good. I didn't watch it. I was busy. I actually got home. I know I'm never watching you. I actually got home. This is a funny story. Liam, while we're waiting on you telling us who your transfers are, I went to the pub after work because I got off early, and I was having a drink with some mates, and I realized that it was like 5:15, and I was like, oh shit. So, and in Glasgow we have these like Next bikes that are kind of, with where I work, it's free to get. So I just grabbed one and I like raced home. I was all sweating. I was like, oh shit, I might have to start the stream late. I'm actually not supposed to keep them, but it's in my flat. Like, I've kept the bike, it's in my flat. You're supposed to like rent them for an hour, and I've kept it because I had to race home for the stream. And so yeah, I couldn't watch your stream before I started because I got here at 7. So I'm really sorry, but I've stolen a bike so that I could get to my stream. Maybe later. I might later. I knew you weren't a true fan. You've got my Amazon Prime, don't you? So shut up. I'm expecting yours as soon as I get it. Zinchenko for Digne, Walker, Peters for Coleman. You have Zinchenko already. Oh, you mean Digne for Zinchenko and Walker Peters for Coleman. If you change Walker Peters for Zuma instead, Liam, so I see what you're saying. So this guy is now Digne and this guy now is Walker Peters. Change Walker Peters for Zuma because since David Luiz has left, you're absolutely 100% in a shout with having a nailed centre back for Chelsea, who have really, really good fixtures. Like I keep pointing out, in the first after game week 1, they have amazing fixtures. So Zuma's probably going to be zooming with the points, and I probably would say that Kyle Walker-Peters has maybe 2 games. However, if you want to, sorry about the noise, if you want to, you can keep Kyle Walker-Peters for 1 game week or 2 game weeks, and then get him to fuck and bring in the old Kurt Zuma then. That's actually a good shout as well. Sorry, Dave, being a long day. Oh no, don't worry about it, man. Don't you worry about it. I know about long days. Jesus Christ. Arcadian with the heart. Love you, buddy. I don't actually. Well, I probably do. You're my brother. I have to? Do I have to? Do you have to love your family? I don't know. This probably not the best place to discuss it. Look at Mura. I'm all shitting on him today, but he actually might be a good punt. The problem is you're punting on Kyle Walker-Peters if you have him in your team, and you're punting on Luka Mura. That's 2 transfers waiting to happen. I don't really like it. I don't like it. I think you could probably do better with Luka Mura. So change Kyle Walker-Peters to your main man Kurt Zuma, at least from game week 2 onwards, if not from right from the get-go. Perez to Lanzini, and just hope for the best. And Luka Mura could be downgraded to a 7 million striker of Keane for a punt, or Haller maybe if you want to keep the same money. And then instead of Wickham, go for Haller or someone, and then Luka Mura go for Dendonker, so you have an actual starting bench. Thank you so much for sending your team, buddy. I'm going to move swiftly on. We've got so many to do, and I've been streaming for 2 hours, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. We're going to keep going, because this is the calm before the storm, the last game of the season, or the last day of pre-season. We've got loads to do. We've got loads to do. So let's just fucking smash this. Let's get right on. Live. Right, who else sent me a team? Who else is sending me teams? Alright. Oh, yes. Malcolm fucking Tucker. I hope you're here. This is... Oh, yeah, Ben. I will get to yours next, okay? You sent yours by DM. I'm going to open it in my other monitor so that I keep yours up. I remembered to call you Ben. I hope you noticed that. Alright, FPL Tucker. So he has sent us our team. And if you don't follow him already, and you are a fan of the thick of it, I would definitely recommend following him. He is hilarious. He's a hilarious idea of a Twitter account. I love it. If you have no idea what the show is, then yeah, maybe give it a miss. But great account, really funny, really nice guy. He sent his team in. If you're here, Mr. Fucker, the Malcolm Tucker. I hate it. I hate almost everything about it. No, I'm joking. I really don't like Wan-Bissaka. I think that you could do so much better. You're worth so much more than punting on a defensive fullback that won't get any attacking returns, and probably not many clean sheets for the first 10 fixtures. Perez to Lanzini, like we've been saying all night long. Jota could probably do better. Maybe downgrade him to Murray. Anyone for Murray? Anyone? Same as me? No? No one? Please? Anyone? No? Jota to someone. Upgrade Perez if you want. I just don't like Wan-Bissaka. Is Wan-Bissaka the same amount as Zinchenko? Because if he is, then fuck me. He fucking is, man. Jesus Christ. So, look. It's not... There's no point. Chelsea, Wolves, Crystal Palace at home, probably a clean sheet. Southampton away, probably a clean sheet. Leicester home, not. Wet. So in the first 8 fixtures, you've got 3 clean sheets. It's the same as Arsenal. I still disagree with this Perez hate. Yeah, no, I know. He's out of position. He's doing well in pre-season. But I'm just a fixtures guy. I'm not a big fan. Chelsea, No clean sheet. Wolves, no clean sheet. Crystal Palace, let's give them 1. So that's 1. Southampton, 2. Leicester, no. West Ham, no. Because we know that West Ham show up against the big teams. And it's away. And they've got a banging attacking outfield now. Arsenal, home. I can't see Arsenal being defensive at all. They're going to go all out in attack. Newcastle, yes. Liverpool, no. Norwich, yes. So in the first 10 game weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Wan-Bissaka. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. Absolutely not. Get Zinchenko instead, I think. Perez, if you really, really want him, that's fine. Whatever. Go nuts. Lanzini for me. And that makes Jota really your only punt. And if that's what you want, that's fine. Your bench is absolutely cool. Thank you very much for sending your team in. Wasn't very, 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 very fast one. Oh, can I send DM too? Don't want someone on my mini league to see it. Absolutely, man. Send your team by DM. I'll be able to have a look at it. Right, let's fucking move on. I feel like I'm taking so long to do this. I'm so sorry, guys. Is this okay? Do you guys, I mean, like, we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Has there anyone been here from the start? This is the most amount of viewers that we've had consistently for a long time. And I'm assuming it's because of RMTs. But, like, are we all good? We good in the chat? Everyone happy? I want to hear your absolute truthful thoughts. Give me it. A real hen, the longer the better. Oh, you're such a real fan. You're my favorite. I love you. Are we sure that Zuma is nailed? No risk from Christensen or anyone? Well, that's the point. See, because David Luiz is left now, Jimmy, it means that it's Zuma, Christensen. Let's have a look. I'll show you who's on the fucking bench, right? Defenders for Chelsea. All right. Fullback. Centre back. Fullback. He's away. Fullback. Centre back. Centre back. Young guy, not going to play. Fullback. I don't know who James is. So that means that they have 3. Rudiger, Christensen, and Zuma. And Zuma, the only reason he stayed and didn't go back to Everton was because he was promised game time. Whereas Christensen has been patiently doing fuck all for 4 years at Chelsea. So I would say that Zuma is a sure shout. Especially since Rudiger is injured. Like, red injured. Like, he only just started training with other people. So, yeah. South Flow. Welcome to the stream, buddy. When is the deadline for the United States? Liam says he's been here since the start. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. And Liam, I appreciate you so much. You know that. What do you think about Ederson and Zinchenko together? And what about Eriksson? So the deadline for United States. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Deadline, Friday, August, 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. Eastern American time. Eastern US time. There we go. So we're 8:18 right now, or 9:18, which means at 4 a.m. So when we're 7 on Friday, that would make you 4 p.m. Oh no, it would be 8. Right? It'd be 8 GMT, 4 p.m. Eastern time for you. Yeah. So a little bit earlier. There you go. Seth said 1 p.m. Oh wow. Mine was fucking way off. That was way off. Mine is 5 hours. Thank you, Seth. Appreciate it. I know fucking nothing about time. Right, who are we doing now? Tom. No. Jimson, no. Minus 5 hours. I grew up in Canada. I thought it was always minus 5 hours as well. Shall we check? Right, what time? Eastern time right now. And we can just add. Right, it's 4:15-ish, right? It's 4:20. 20 past 9 right now, which is minus 5 hours. So that means that it'll be about 2 o'clock. Yeah, awesome. We got to the bottom of that. I'm happy. Seth, you're in the chat. I've seen you. Let's do your team next. Ederson I like. Zuma's perfect. Gomez. Oh, we'll talk about him in a second. King and Jota. I mean, I've talked about every single player in your attack, so I'm not going to go over that too much. It's a shame that you have to play Kelly, but I understand you've got D up there waiting in the wing, and that's awesome. Dendonker, perfect person on the bench. I would probably change Button just because of what we've been talking about. I was just knowing your maths, Dave. I know. I was looking at a website that you guys couldn't see, and the website was fucking me over. Look at this. I was trying to work this out. This is like, look at this. I was like, that's GMT, use BST, and then like I was going through and I clicked, right, let's go next. There's 8 p.m. and I was like, right, 3 o'clock. Good, that works. But then I was like, no, it's 7, and then it was saying 12, and I was like, right, what the fuck? I'm just gonna close this. I didn't understand the website, so I'm sorry about my math. So yeah, Seth, I don't like Gomez, but I understand that that's your punt. Cancelo's been released, is that true? Cancelo 5.5. Oh yeah, only 5.5 for Cancelo. He's obviously a wait and see, but if Cancelo's 5.5, if that is true, then that means that Cancelo is a perfect jump from Zinchenko. So everyone with Zinchenko now can be safe in the knowledge that you have, you know, an easy jump if he's playing. And for the amount of money they've spent, I'm assuming that they will play him. So yeah, going from Zinchenko to when Mendy comes back, jumping on Cancelo might be a legitimate strategy now. That might be something. But yeah, not nailed knowing Pep. No one is nailed knowing Pep. I want to see how much Gomez is right off the bat. 5.5. So do I prefer... See, because Gomez is not nailed, I think I'd prefer you to go Zinchenko instead of Gomez and going Ederson. Going Alisson instead of Ederson. If you really can't afford another, you know, Trent Alexander or Van Dijk. Is there any way we can get to them? Doesn't look like it. I like De Bruyne. I like Sterling. I mean, you've got a pretty decent attack. I'm not going to go into Jota. You know what? This team is not bad. I think I would just change over because we know definitely Zinchenko's nailed for at least a bit, and Ederson is nailed, but so is Alisson, and Zinchenko's more nailed than Gomez and Ederson. Jimmy says this transfer is so harsh on Walker. Yeah, especially since oh, I just realized that it's on my face. The problem with Walker is that you see him bombing forward all the time, but he doesn't have any end product, right? And he was really trying. He was really trying in that Community Shield, and he just wasn't passed to. Seth says, thanks so much. No worries, buddy. Let's have a look at Walker's... He's just kind of slowly fading. I mean, he wasn't the most attacking threat, right? But 2016-17, 6 assists. 2017-18, 6 assists. Then last year, 1 assist, 1 goal. Now, fair enough, Mendy was playing as the attacking fullback, so he kind of stayed back. But he wasn't attacking that much. Because Mendy was injured for a lot of it, right? So see that there? That's probably why Pep was like, look, I want someone with end product. I want someone to be able to cross. I want someone nailed that can play every week, that I can also rely on to like get a ball straight to Aguero, no questions asked. I think the reason why we're kind of all upset about Kyle Walker is because he made that fucking absolute stunning goal line clearance. And if you guys were watching, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you didn't see it, holy shit, go find it. That was amazing. Someone tweeted saying like, oh, I didn't realize Pep was playing. How hard is he trying to get this Community Shield? Which is funny, because we baldy Kyle Walker. Right, next team. Thank you very much, Seth, for sending that. We've done these. Jamie Richardson. We've got Bob. Bob's new. FPL Elite's new. Henry, we've done you. We love you. Thank you so much. for your money. I'm going to spend that on the next bottle of bourbon that I buy. No, I'm kidding. It's going to go straight to the fund. And you can see that right at the bottom there of the screen. All money's going towards me getting that heat map thing that I really want, that I know they've got. Matthew says Keane or King or Jota. King, definitely. King, and then let's see how Keane plays. Jota just has bad fixtures. Right. Let's start here. FPL Elite, thank you for sending your team in. What do you think? I think... Oh, for fuck's sake. We fucking hate Deulofeu, is what I think of your team. We hate him. We hate him with a passion. I hate the fact that he is now an option. That all of a sudden, he's an option this season. Oh, he scored 10 goals. Did he? Did he now? 8 of those fucking goals were against the 2 worst teams in the whole league. He scored 5 goals against Huddersfield and 3 goals against Cardiff. And the other 2 was like a freak goal against Man City and 1 against West Ham or something. And if you don't believe me, which I wouldn't believe me because of the fact that they priced him at 6.5 million, right? Let's go see him. Let's see him. Because I'm not going to say him. I say it once. I say it twice. I say it every single stream, right? Deulofeu. Great player, by the way. I like him as a player, but see, as a fantasy football, I just don't understand the hype at all. I mean, he was a midfielder. He was a midfielder, and now he's a striker. That's like the main reason why not to get him. You know, like he's gonna get less points. All right, so let's look at this. The first 20 games of the season for him, right? So he started game week 8. The first 20 or first 19, right? Before his hat trick, he scored 3 goals. Now, fair enough, he was injured. But like 1 goal against Huddersfield, 1 goal against Cardiff, 1 goal against West Ham, 1 goal against City. Oh, so it was 2 against West Ham. I do apologise, lads. Right. 1 goal against Huddersfield, and then 2 goals against Huddersfield. That makes 3. 3 goals against Cardiff. And then another 1 against Cardiff. That makes 4 for Cardiff, 3 for Huddersfield, which makes 7 goals out of 10. 7 goals out of his 10 goals were against the 2 worst defensive teams in the league. And then he scored 2 against West Ham. I guess he just loves... And that was even a 4-1, like, dripping. So, you know he's not going to get bonus points for that. And the other one, where was it? Against West Ham. Okay, they won 2-0. He might have gotten something there. And City in a 3-1 again. So, like, he's scoring a freak goal. He scored some against West Ham, whose defense were bogging last year. And then the rest of them were, yeah, again. So, I mean, people say he scores against the shit teams. He doesn't score against the shit teams. He scored against 3 shit teams. 2 of the worst defensive teams I've seen in the Premier League in a long time. He didn't score against Brighton. He didn't score against Watford. They had shit defenses. He didn't score against Newcastle. Had shit defense. Burnley, who played absolutely horrible in the first half of the season. They didn't score against them. He didn't score against anyone except Cardiff and Huddersfield and a bit of West Ham. So all of his goals added up to 10, but only 1 of them, maybe 3, were impressive. And then add to that he's now a midfielder, or he's now a striker, which means he's going to get 1 less for those points, and he's not really assist worthy to begin with. No, I don't like him. Don't like him 1 iota. Brighton at home is the best possible fixture, and then you can bin him easy. Fine. Alright. Let's think about that. What did Deulofeu do to you? He didn't do anything. I just hate that every single time I get a rate my team, 1 person has Deulofeu in, and I'm just like come on. It's people looking at his. People just go in here. They just like, right, I need a 6.5 forward, so I'm gonna click on this, prices, and then I'm gonna click 6.5. Who's there? Deulofeu. Oh wow, 10 and 5. That's pretty decent. Let's look at his fixtures. Oh, first first 3 fixtures, not bad, right? I'll get him. But they don't look any further than that. They don't know that 7 of those were against 2 shit teams, you know? So, I think that's it. Oh shit, I just did all that off stream. Like, they just do this. Bam, and then they see that. So, I'm not a big fan. Never a big fan. But we'll move on. Let's look at the rest of your team. Brighton at home is not the best possible fixture. King has Sheffield United. That is the best possible fixture. He already has King. I would rather go 1 up top than De La Feu. So De La Feu's a punt, and he might not even play Brighton, Jimmy. That's the problem. He might not even play Brighton. We can see me on this fixture. He might not even play Brighton, right? So that means his first game is away to Everton. Ryan, Alexander-Arnold, Zinchenko, Robertson, Digne, perfect. Sterling, Salah, De Bruyne, Grealish. Grealish is a punt, it's not bad. I would go De La Feu to Murray, or another 6 million attacker that might be good. I don't really know if there's any. To be honest, there's not many. That's probably the problem, is that you're pigeonholed. You've got King, you want someone else. You've only got 6.5 million to spend. Get Murray and upgrade Grealish to like a 6 million punt, and go for that. Sheffield United will have more fight in them. You think so? I mean, we're splitting hairs here. They're both shit. They're both shit defensively. Brighton and Sheffield United. They're not gonna be keeping clean sheets. But I just don't know about De La Feu. He might surprise me, but last year he didn't score against Brighton. So I'm not a big fan. I like your bench. Dendoncker, Lundstrom, great. The rest of your team's banging. I think it's pretty much similar to my team, similar to a lot of teams. It's pretty good. If De La Feu scores, then fuck me. I was wrong. I'll take it on the chin, lads, even though I hate him so much because I see him so much and I'm just not impressed with his stats. Grealish, like we said, we don't punt on Aston Villa, Sheffield, or Norwich until we see what they're about in the Premier League. So maybe downgrade De La Feu, upgrade Grealish, or downgrade Grealish and upgrade De La Feu. Do something with those. I feel like there's a little bit of a better mix that you can have in there. And if you need the money, then I don't see how you can get it. I think you're kind of stuck with whatever price point. Murray and then a 6 million. Trossard. No, you can't go Murray and Trossard. That's too many Brightons. You'll think of something. I believe in you. I believe in you. Thank you very much for sending your team in, though. It's pretty banging. I know I'm go on and on about De La Feu, but it's a pretty good team. Alright, keeping it moving. Bob! Mr. Bob. Wow, that echoed. Mr. Bob. Thank you for sending your team in. Wow, did you guys hear that? That's a spring. That's a spring. Holy shit. Let's look at your team. How long have we been going for? 2 hours, 34 minutes? Plenty of time. Plenty of time. It's only 9:30. Alright, Pope. I'm not a big fan of Pope because of Burnley's fixtures. And Burnley's fixtures in the first, let's say, 4 game weeks, I think. Or let's say 6. I think by game week 5 you can move on to him. But for the first 4, like, I would much rather you get Ryan and hope for the best for the first 3 and then move on. Because there's no 4.5 million keeper that I would rather have than Ryan. Bournemouth keeper, I think, is 4.5 maybe. But, Brighton is the best 4.5 for fixtures. And then after that, game week 4, so from game week 5 onwards, I'm pretty sure Brighton, look at that, bam, they jump right up to the top the next 4. Now, I know no one likes to change their goalkeeper about, but we need to see if Pope can hack it after being injured. Or not after being injured, no. Yeah. I just want to kind of see if Burnley can bring it back from the dead after their shit last season. And then Heaton, we've also got Heaton on our minds, right? Heaton did pretty well in pre-season. Did you see how many saves? And Aston Villa even did like this little like official tweet of like, oh, just how good is our new goalkeeper, and he was banging. So yeah, I think Burnley from game week 5 onwards has got really, really good fixtures. You can leave him in for a while. But until then, maybe just leave it a little bit. Maybe Ryan for the first bit. That's what I'm doing anyway. So you'll be on the same page as me, and I'll be assessing the 4.5 defenders, or goalkeepers, sorry, right up. That's Pope, Robertson, Zinchenko. We've talked a lot about Wan-Bissaka. He's the same price as Zinchenko. He's the same price as Coleman, who will definitely play game week 1. I'm sure you could probably find 0.5 million somewhere in your team to get up to Digne. Let's see where we've got. You've got two 6.5 million midfielders, so for price points, I don't really like it. Your bench is lacking, so you might want to think about downgrading. Yeah, I would probably move Lanzini for Dendoncker, or Perez for Dendoncker rather. Yeah, definitely keep Lanzini. So Perez for Dendoncker, and that gives you a playing bench. And then move him down to Diop. So change Rico for Diop, and then that gives you 0.5 million left over, I think, if my math is correct. Actually, you've got 2 million left over, then you've actually got 1.5 million. So you could upgrade. Yeah, you could get, instead of Rico, you could get Zuma. Instead of Wan-Bissaka, you could get Digne. Is Digne that much of an upgrade over Coleman because he's 5'5"? The problem with Coleman is that he's now under fire with their new defender. So that's actually the problem. Is that what if he doesn't play for the good 10 fixtures? Because Everton's fixtures for the first 3 aren't that great, but you want to keep him for consistency. So let me do the math for this, right? We're going Perez to Dendoncker. That equals 2 million in the bank, right? And then we change Rico to Zuma. And that equals a 1 million upgrade. So that means we've got 1 million in the bank. I'm just typing this out on the chat. And then 1 million in the bank can get Wan-Bissaka to fucking, yeah, you could even get Virgil van Dijk. And that's 0 in the bank. Or that costs 1 million. Yeah? That works. So that's what I would do. Perez to Dendoncker. Change your 6.5 million defender for a 5 million Chelsea nailed on centre back. And then Wan-Bissaka right up to your second Liverpool defender. Are we all agreed? Does that sound good? I feel like that's pretty easy. That's an easy one. The rest of it's good. Shane Adams is your only punt after that. Great team, man. Just change Pope, change those two, you'll be golden. I fucking forgot to do Ben's. Oh no, I had it up and everything. Right, where are you, Ben? I'm doing yours next. Definitely doing yours next. Thank you for sending your team in, Bob. Appreciate it. Was it Bob? Yeah, it was. Thanks very much, man. Right, Ben. Long time no see. First time in the stream. I think you followed last time for a little bit and then I went off. Should I bench Zuma against United? Oh, you asked that before. No, absolutely not. Never bench your top 6 teams against anyone. If you've got them, they're there to stay. Do not bench your top 6. And the reason being is because last year a lot of people were like, why don't you have Robertson on your bench against City or something, and then he got a clean sheet, or Man United and he got assist or something, right? So there's quite a few options. Usually when top 6 and the top 6 collide, they're looking for a draw unless you're Man City or Liverpool. And I think that there's a clean sheet in there for Zuma somewhere. Now obviously they've lost David Luiz, and they've not got Rudiger, so it might be a bit of an issue, but I think there's a better chance. And yeah, I wouldn't bench him. So right here we've got Zuma on the bench. I'm pretty sure that's just because you've got a lot of money. Why is he on the bench? I mean, he's a great bench player. Don't get me wrong. What am I missing here? Where's the money? How is this team so good? What am I missing? You've got 3, you've got 2. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, you've not got Kevin De Bruyne, so you've got 1.5 or 2 million to spend, and you've upgraded your bench from like a D up. Oh, okay. No worries, Jim Bob. Alright, so I like this team a lot. I mean, obviously, excuse me, I would prefer to have Kevin De Bruyne because I think that he's worth it. But see, if I didn't have Kevin De Bruyne, I think this team's great. Shea Adams is a shame because he's a punt on a team that just came up, and we've talked about that in detail. Perez to Lanzini, we've talked about that in detail, but just as a core team, this is pretty great. It's pretty great. I like this a lot. What would I do? Perez to Lanzini. Adams as your punt. I said that everyone's allowed one punt, regardless of the team. I don't think there's any point in having Zuma on the bench. I think that that's too much money, and you might as well go Diop. But I can honestly, hand on heart, say I don't know what I would do with the 0.5 million. Maybe get Trent Alexander-Arnold instead? I don't know. Just came up. Oh no, sorry. It just came into the team, right? He's new. Sorry, I didn't mean just came up for Adams, right? He's in Southampton. Right? Am I right? Shea Adams? Yeah. 6 million! I didn't know. I thought he was 5.5. Yeah, fuck Southampton's fixtures, by the way. Oh my god. Burnley away is not that easy if Burnley are going to be doing bits defensively again. Liverpool hard. Brighton away hard for Southampton. Man United hard. Sheffield away easy. Bournemouth away is not that great. Tottenham, Chelsea. Yeah, fuck that. I don't want any piece of that. I don't want any piece of that. But like I said, everyone gets one punt, and that could be your punt. My punt's Murray. Your punt's Adams. I would probably downgrade Zuma and just pocket the 0.5. There's no point in having a top 6 defender on your bench. I think obviously you're probably a bit scared to have Zuma playing just in case, but David Luiz kind of confirms. Adams, Zinch, and Zuma are all punts, hence trying to have one proper sub allows a little bit of rotation between Adams and Zuma. Was a bit worried about the money on bench though. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the same thing. Perez to Lanzini, and then your starting 11 are absolutely fine. Zinchenko is... He's not a punt, he's just rotation risk, right? He might get rotated in game week 2, we just don't know. So, yeah, it's a bit of a risk to have him for a long period of time, I would agree. And Zuma is a risk from game week 1, I would also agree with that. But the money, I mean, Zinchenko can go to Zuma easily. And you could go... So you could go Zuma to Diop, put that money in to get Trent Alexander-Arnold, who we know is going to start at least against Norwich and probably Hull. Leave Zinchenko where he is, and then if Zinchenko gets moved out, you could downgrade. Zinchenko to Zuma if you wanted to, or you could keep the 0.5 million, have Van Dijk on your team, and move that 0.5 to Mendy when Zinchenko gets replaced, right? I feel like Zuma's great and I want him in my team, and I know you want him in your team as well, but I feel like having him on your bench is just a waste of that 0.5. So you might as well just have Diop in your bench. Don't play him because of Man City. He's a good replacement for anyone from game week 2 onwards, and keep that 0.5 in case Zinchenko is, you know, injured, or Trent Alexander-Arnold does so well that we all want him by game week 2. I feel like this is one of the few teams that I've seen that I would keep the 0.5 million. But Ben, way to come back, man. What a fucking amazing team. Great job, buddy. Thank you very much. Right, someone else sent me a message. I'm going to hide it, though. I don't want you on my shit. in case you don't want it. RMT from Damien. Oh, I nearly deleted that. Oh shit. Right, thank you very much, Damien, for sending your team in and for being on the stream for the first. Was this the first time or second time maybe? I think I've seen your name before. Oh, this is the longest stream ever. I think we're gonna go for 3 hours. First time. I think we're gonna go for 3 hours and we're gonna call it a day. And if I haven't responded to your rate my team, let me know now in the chat, because I feel like you deserve it if you've been here for this long. And if you're not and you've sent it in, I really appreciate it, but I've been kind of going ham here for a while and I want food. I want food. Okay, Heaton. Right away, I feel like Ryan's better until we see like Heaton. I think is going to be the next Etheridge, and I really agree with your pick. I just think this is the wrong time for him. Aston Villa have okay fixtures from game week 2 onwards. Sossington, I'll get to yours next. All right. Heaton. I feel like you could get Ryan and then you can change him for Heaton if Heaton does well, and if he doesn't, then no worries, just get Pope or whoever's next in the 4.5 thing. I've talked about that a lot, but again, I think Ryan's good. The problem is that you've got Dunk, and that's the issue. So is there any way we could move Dunk on? Oh, I forgot to say. I know I said it last stream, but if you're here for the first time, you haven't read my arc or what the fuck, the best double up if you're going to be swapping 4.5s for 4.5s is Burnley and West Ham. That's the best, like, swapping 2 players for 1 place that you can have for the first 10 or 14 fixtures, I'm sure it is. Like, because Burnley play at Southampton or something first game, and then West Ham have great fixtures for the next couple, and then when West Ham have a difficult fixture, Burnley have an easy fixture, and I think the hardest team that you'll have to play in the first 10 game weeks with those 2 players or those 2 teams is Everton away. That's the hardest you'll get in the first 10. So swapping those in might be a good idea. So in this case, if we're looking at this team, if you change Dunk to any defender that's on Burnley's team, I think it's Taylor. I think he played the most minutes. Yeah. So if you get Taylor instead of Dunk, and you get Diop instead of Cathcart, and you use those guys and swap them about, then that means you've got Robertson, Van Dijk, Dean, Ryan, let's say you change that, and you've got Taylor for your first match, Diop for your second, third, and fourth, Taylor for your fifth, etc. Go on, and that's your defense. I think that's pretty decent. Lanzini we love. Perez is a punt. That's fine. Salah, this is a non-Sterling team, I've just realised. So you've got De Bruyne, you've got Aubameyang instead of Sterling. I like Aubameyang. If I wasn't going to go Sterling, I would go Aubameyang for the first 2 game weeks and then swap him out for Kane. Or if Sterling is too difficult not to have, you can always do De Bruyne to Sterling and Aubameyang down to, one of the Chelsea players, or Keane from Everton if he does well. So this team, as far as a non-Sterling team goes, is pretty decent. So well done. Thank you very much for sending your team in, Damien, and thanks for being a part of the fucking Fat Sexy Squad. And if you don't know why I keep calling you guys Big Fat Sexy Squad, it's because I have a free to join league. The league is, all you have to do is follow me on Twitter and retweet the league tweet, and I'll show you guys. There's fucking hundreds of yous in there. There's so many. Look, Dave's Big Fat Sexy League. See that? Look at the state of this, man. Look, that's 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 330 people in here, and they're all thirsty for the fucking ballin', absolutely ballin' prizes. First prize for the Big Fat Sexy Club. I'll buy you next year's top, whatever one you want. If you win my league, I will buy you the next Tottenham top or the next Arsenal top or whatever you're into. You'll get that. Or if you're a big fan of like Celtic or something, or whoever, then I'll just send you the cash for you to buy one. I would prefer if it was a Premier League team. I'm not 100% sure what I'll do, but I mean the tweet says or cash sign, so whatever the fuck. Second place, 30 quid, just right off the bat. I'll send you 30 quid. Second place is fucking good, and I felt like you did something better than just like, well done. And then third place is a crisp high five, and that is priceless. Tom, who's been in the stream a lot, has said something along the lines of like, I hope I win third place because I live in Beijing. Fuck you, Tom. It's collection only. So yeah, if you haven't retweeted that yet and you want it in the league, just go retweet it and I'll send you the code. But yeah, let's get back to it. Go down, and click this, and go down. And was I doing someone's team just there? I forget. Jamie was sending his team in as a replacement, so let's just go quickly. Let's see if there's is there anyone in here? Well, Bernardo Silva. No Salah. Oh no, there's Salah. No. Wow, okay, wow, this team's... I don't like this team. Do we like this team? A real hen! You're off just now. No worries, buddy. Appreciate it. Damien Pirate says, I feel just spending transfers on goalkeeper is expensive. I just wouldn't know when to swap Ryan, for example. Ryan gets left game week 4. So if you have him game week 4, you've left him too long. You just wait for the fixtures to change, and then you change as per the fixtures. I will let you guys know when I'm taking Ryan out, and if you have Ryan, it's the same thing. Hi mate, just sent over my team in a DM. I'll get to you soon, Jarrett. Going through them quick. Thanks for sending your team in, dude, and welcome to the stream, buddy. If you guys aren't following, you can follow and hear my awesome follow tune, and it means you guys know when I'm on stream, and it means you know when I'm streaming, so you can send your team in, and then I'll be having a look at it for after game week 1. We're gonna have a shit ton to talk about Monday, definitely. Right, this team, I'm not enjoying trying to decipher why you don't have Sterling in. Bernardo Silva is the Ozil of Man City, and that's not a bad thing, because I mean Ozil has done bits in the past, but I really, really, really don't agree with like him as an FPL asset. You know what I mean? He's kind of the assist of the assister. He might do much better, and for 8 million he's a punt and not that much expensive as a punt, but like holy shit, you need Sterling or De Bruyne if you're going to do anything. So I think this team needs a bit of a tweak. I know you've went a non-Sterling team because you've got Kane, and that's absolutely fine with me. But Martial, Richarlison, and Bernardo Silva, they're the same price. I think Richarlison down to a 6 million or a 5.5 million punt. You could get Trossard for 6 million, that gives you 2 million, and Bernardo Silva up to Kevin De Bruyne, that leaves you 0.5 million, and Martial to Fraser I would do because he has much better fixtures, and you've got 0.5 million you can upgrade Walker Peters to Zinchenko. There you go. I wanted to put Bernardo Silva in my team, but I shat the bed and traded up for Kevin De Bruyne. I respect you, sir. Yeah, I think definitely Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva is he's one of those players that if you really, really want to have a punt in Man City, then go for it. But make sure you have one of their live action, definitely like 100% hard hitting, I'm going to perform players. Because there's no point in having the best attacking team in the Premier League, you know, if not the world. You know, that's obviously arguable. But like the Premier League's best attacking team of last year, and you have their like assisting assister only. You don't have any other City. This is like F's in the chat. I'm gonna post it. This is the second person I'm seeing. F. That's an F for this fucking team. F for fail, and also RIP. Like we definitely. This is probably really harsh, but like fucking hell, man. Everyone last season was like, we need more. We absolutely need more Man City. And then this season, after them doing really well, and Kevin De Bruyne being so cheap and being back in the team, and Aguero, you know, maybe being taken over by Sterling in terms of the striker, and you have fucking Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne plus spare 4 million or Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne every day of the week. If you have Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, you better have Kane or someone in your team, right? You better have something substantial, because Sterling is going to do better than Bernardo Silva, plus the whoever you've got for the extra 4 million. I feel like Sterling is a god until proven guilty. You know what I mean? Like he's just too good not to have, and if he decides to be shit, then fucking transfer him down. But you know how hard it's going to be to get Sterling without your wild card if you don't start with him? You're going to have to get rid of another premium. And that's like one of the main rules of FPL is you don't swap out premiums. You kind of keep them going. So unless you have an absolute plan like Aubameyang to Kane in Game Week 3. We've been going for 2 hours and 57 minutes. I'm going to get to FPL Jarrett's team and then I think I'm going to call it. Is there anyone really quickly that sent it in? I think Tom did, but I can get to him later. James, enjoying the stream. Here's my team. James, your team is very similar to everyone we've talked about. You've got Siggy. That's a punt. That's fine. I think I would prefer downgrading him and getting Martial to fuck and upgrading that to Kevin De Bruyne. But everyone else is kind of similar. I feel like if you've been watching the stream, I've talked a lot about it. Right, let's quickly go to the messages. Fuck, didn't mean to post that. Accept. View your stuff. Okay, this is Jarrett. Thank you very much for sending your team in, buddy. I'll do it really quickly. Is there anyone else that has sent their shit? I don't think so. I think we've got to everyone, which is great. And we've got 2 minutes left for a 3-hour stream. Fucking hell. Didn't think I could chat for this long. That's 2 full 90 minutes. We're playing back-to-back games here, lads. All right, Jared. Heaton to Ryan. We've talked about that loads. Rico starting. Absolutely not. What the fuck? Sorry, that's harsh, but oh my god. What's going on here? Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling, Salah, Fraser. That's the exact same as me. Keane, King. Keane's a bit of a punt to start with. I feel like you could do what I'm doing and get Murray and you know, we can get the money later. So if you get Murray, that means that Rico could go straight to actually, is this my team? Is this my team? This is pretty much my fucking team. Murray and Zuma. And you have Keane and Rico. And you've got Diop on the bench. Where have I spent that extra 5 million? Extra 0.5. Where's my team? I've got Steen. Who have you got? Zinchenko. That's what it is. This is very close to my team. That's freaky. Okay, so I have Ryan, you have Heaton. I have Dean, you have Zinchenko. I have Murray, you have Keane. And I have Zuma and you have Rico. I feel like even if you want to keep Heaton and Zinchenko, I wouldn't recommend Heaton. I would go Zuma instead of Rico and get a 6 million punt and then see how Keane is. And then in game week 2, you can go Fraser, or excuse me, after game week 2, you can go Fraser to a 6.5, let's say Lanzini, and you can go Murray to Keane, no questions asked. Diop, because you have Dendoncker on the pitch and you've got all starting players, you don't need Diop as your second sub. You can take the money out and put it elsewhere. I've done that and I've got Zinchenko, but you could potentially get rid of Diop and you could move Heaton to Fabianski for, you know, potentially. That's an option. But thank you very much for sending your team in, dude. That's very, very close to mine. That's kind of freaky. I'm just double checking to see if I've missed anyone. I don't think I have, except for Tom, but I'll send him a wee thing. No worries, buddy. Thanks for joining the stream. I think we're gonna call it there, lads. A 3 fucking hour stream. Jesus, that took a long time, and we're still at 8 viewers, which is our average actually. So the fact that everyone stuck here, we got up to 16 at a point. I know 3 hours is a little bit long, but like, oh my god, we got there in the end. The final stream. Turn this music off. This is important. The final stream of preseason until game week 1 roundup Monday. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how everyone does. I can't wait to hear what you guys do. I can't wait to see how I do, because I've taken a lot of effort to tell everyone how fucking good I am on Twitter all preseason and bigging up my articles and all that shit. So see if I do poorly. It's gonna be really bad for my image. But thank you so much, guys, for sending all your stuff. Sossington, did I get to you? Did you? Oh shit! Did I? Did I? Did I? You sent yours in. Did I do that? I did. Okay, thank fuck. Yeah, so thank you very much everyone for sending your teams in. Thank you very much for sticking out for as long as you guys did, even if you're away now. Thank you so much for everyone who's like followed me in the last like couple of months, who's here for the first time, who's here since last season, who's followed all my articles from Reddit. I fucking love FPL, and I love being good at it, and I love being able to teach people and show them what I'm doing and conversing in this stream. Like, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't fun. 3 hours talking about this shit. Not many people even want to listen for that long, let alone talk for that long. So I'm really, really, you know, happy that I have the chance to do this, and it's fucking amazing. I love it. And the first ever donation today, £2 from Real Hen. Thank you so much. So that's everything, I think. Thank you very much for sticking around. Next stream is on Monday. But I've got some big news coming up about potentially being on someone's podcast. I'll keep you guys noted for that. But until then, thank you again, and I'll see you guys Monday. And I'll be tweeting stuff all through the weekend as well, because I've taken everything that I was supposed to be doing on the weekend off. So I will see you guys next time. Cheers.